So these are just, we would have this as bell work, and I'm using my old book here because I miss it. I like flashing back. And you scratch down what you can. I'm not going to let you probably scratch down a whole bunch of stuff. Online, I'm going to show you something. I don't know if I can find it real quick. Oh, it might be tough. Maybe I put it in last year's calendar. I think I might have. All right, so maybe I can find it from last year. But these are just exponent rules. What's anything to the 0 power? 1, so that's 1/5. 5 to the negative second is 1/25. This was weird. I had to work this one out with people. 8 is 2 to the 3rd, right? So 2 to the 3rd to the 11th. So that's 2 to the 33rd. 2 to the 33rd over 2 to the 28th. All I did is make this as 2 to the 3rd and then multiply these exponents. You got to know your exponent rules because you're going to learn what a logarithm is today. And a logarithm is just another way of writing an exponent. Then the next one is knowing your exponent rules when you have radicals. Square root of 5 is 5 to the 1/2. 1 over e. What's the negative exponent rule? Flip. No one? Just her? Really? All right. Anyway, so this is 1 over e to the 1/2. And then to write it as a flip, you have to make that exponent negative. I got to watch my language here. Didn't swear. Just saying I got to watch my math language. Okay, and then a radical e squared, cube root of it, that's e to the negative 2/3. If you don't know your exponent rules, you're going to get destroyed on logarithms. And that's what happens. It's not about a logarithm. It's about knowing your rules of that. Okay, so here's what a logarithm is. When I say inverse, you say... So here's a general exponential function, right? Y equals, and I'm going to get rid of the a, right? Didn't we have a times b raised to the x, correct? Right? Well, we don't really care about that right now because to get a logarithm, we can't have that a there anyway. And then when I say inverse, you say what? Switch. What just happened? Oh my gosh. Switch x and y. Got it? So here's the purpose of a logarithm. It is a magical mathematical algorithm that allows you to switch positions on an exponential function. That is it. There is no walking out of here saying, I don't get it. It just is. My name is Mr. Samuelus. Why? I don't know. I was born by these two people that were in a hospital, and then they said Dan Samuelus, and that's it. And that's a definition of my name. So what I'm going to show you next is a definition of what a logarithm is. When you stick the word log in front of this exponential scenario, the next thing that happens is everything flips around. The base comes down here as a little subscript. The answer to this exponential scenario goes here, and the exponent is now isolated all by itself on the other side of the equation. So really the glory and power of a logarithm is to allow you to solve for exponential scenarios, all right, when the exponent is unknown. It's a beautiful, beautiful mathematical algorithm. And I actually put that down there in my own writing from back in the day. Log is a mysterious algorithm that rearranges the positions of an exponential equation so that the exponent is isolated. And how much time do I have left? 6 minutes. So I may post this on here if you want to read what I wrote back in the past, what a logarithm is. Then I'm going to hand you the honors notes that were going to be posted on the calendar as well, and it'll be synonymous with more wording maybe in this and that. What I won't be able to do, and I may come back Monday and do this, but I do have a rule that's really complicated in all this. Okay, so what's the answer? Log base 2 of 8. When this really means this is the base, this is the answer. We're searching for an exponent that makes this true. What's the answer, everyone? 3, because that's what it is saying. It's asking 2 to what power equals 8. That's what you have to understand when you're looking at a logarithm. Fumble. All right, what's the answer to this? Log base 3 of root 3. 3 to the what power equals 3 to the, well, it's half. Okay, and why did I put that there? Because that's what this means. That means 3 to the half power. Everyone okay so far? Yeah. What's the next one? -2. 1 over 25 is 5 to the negative second, so it's just -2. It's searching just for the exponent. The answer is not 5 to the negative second. The answer is, what is the exponent on 5 that makes 1/25 happen? -2. What's the next one? Anything to the what power equals 1? 0. And then what's the last one? So easy. 1. Right, so don't bother writing this. I'll put this probably on our calendar, blah, 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 blah. And then, you know what? I'm not going to have time for this. I think that's really enough to be able to answer these questions. What's the answer? 3, 2, 1, go. 0. Oh, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. First thing I got to do is this. Log. By the way, my G's do look like 6s, so I had to put that little hook on that G. What's LO6? I had someone in AB class years ago ask, what's LO6 after 2 weeks of doing logarithms? I just want to take this computer and go boom on my head. I really do. All right. Anyway, so what's 36? A number, but isn't it 6 squared? And then that's to the 2/5 power. That's what you got to be able to do quick. So what's the final answer for this? Careful. Flip. The answer is -2/5. You got what a logarithm is? So I really think this is the kind of questions you're going to deal with. Oh, by the way, you're going to find out. I think it's a little too early for this, but and pick up that paper. Some people are already packed up. All right. Whenever you have a log, and I was going to cover this up here, there's 2 special logs. And I think I do have to cover this because they threw ln in there. What? The common logarithm is, look at your calculator right now. I know you put your stuff away, some of you, but there's 2 log buttons. One's just log. The log button is by default base 10. So that's log base 10. So I would write this chart out for the students so they understood that whenever I see no base on the logarithm, it automatically is 10. Okay, so you see that button? What's right below it? ln. That's log base E. Now I'll be flat out serious. Math laziness. Mathematicians are lazy. They like to reduce the amount of letters they have to write. So they said, you know what? We're going to use log base E so much, we're going to give it 2 letters, ln. But really what it stands for is reverse it, natural log, because E happens in nature so often. So that's why they call it the natural log. All right, so why I had to cover that was I knew this. What's the answer to this by? 10 to what power equals 10,000? 4. Know your powers of 10. I think it's coming up. Where's it? Where are we at? Where are we at? Okay, another one. Oh, boo. All right. We are close to Halloween. Scary. What am I saying? Boo. What's the invisible number there? What's the invisible number there? 10. You need to know that. All right. And then what is this? Well, this is 1 over 10 to the 3rd square root. So what's the final answer? -3/2. All right, but that's this one. What's the answer? Well, ln is log base E of e to the -4th. So what's the answer? What's the answer for ln of e to the -4th? -4. E to what power equals e to the -4th? The answer is -4. Got it? All right. What's this one? Let's see if you can get it before. No one's leaving. I'm going to jump over that desk and tackle somebody if no one answers this question. I'm ready. So what's the answer? 3, 2, 1, go. You're lucky. You don't think I can fly over those desks? Try me. All right. Okay. And I think that's good for this. This was a special rule. And then this is when you have to use your calculator. All right. And that's when you access your log buttons. All right. Okay. So there's your introduction to logarithm. Okay, there's the paper there. The paper represents both the notes that would have been, and then the homework is after. I swear, it should take you 5 minutes to finish that.